Here we go, guys. This is the S&T Tar-21 in black. Today we're going to open this up and see what's inside this guy. As you see, it has the trademarks here. Also nicely engraved is made in China. That's always a plus. Not. Overall, the quality of the gun is definitely not Ares Tavor quality. As you can see, like the body seam is very noticeable. There's a few differences that I see so far. One is this screw here, the way this magazine catches. That appears to be different. The body seams down here at the bottom are definitely not as nice. You can see overall, you can tell the difference. The magazine is very, very tight. You can see it's actually left marks on the magazine just from putting it in. This gun is brand new. I'm going to pause the video and start taking this thing apart. Alright, I got most of it disassembled right now. I have not pulled out the gearbox yet. It so far comes apart very similar to the Ares Tavor. Slight differences. Of course, the top rail comes off a little different. It's all made of polymer or plastic, something. It's very, very lightweight. Matter of fact, I will show you how lightweight. We'll grab the scale. And that top rail is a tenth of a pound. It's rather cheesy feeling. Doesn't mean it's not strong. Just doesn't feel like the Ares Tavor. You do have to disassemble the front end, the front sight, top half of the front end handguard to get the gun apart, which is different than the Ares. Otherwise, so far it looks like it's going to come apart pretty much the same way. And I'm going to continue disassembling it, and I'll be back in a second. Alright, we're a little further disassembled. See some big differences so far. You do have to take out the barrel in order to get the gearbox wiring out, which is very long. Of course, because the gun's wired to the front rather than the rear like the Ares, so you'll probably lose some rate of fire going through all that wiring. The nice thing here is the hop-up chamber is separate from the gearbox. Unlike the Ares, it's attached to it. The body of the gun weighs 1.83 pounds. That's the entire body of the gun. And otherwise, the gearbox is definitely polymer. It looks nice so far. I haven't opened it yet. Just got this far. It looks very similar to the Ares right now. Everything appears to be the same design, not same quality. I'm going to go ahead and pull the gearbox open and see what's inside. Alright, I got the dust cover off right now, and see a bright red cylinder. It's aluminum anodized. The next thing I see is this is designed like the later Ares versions, where the nuts are on the back end rather than the nuts built into the gearbox. I personally hate when Ares changed to this design. It takes a little bit longer to get the gearbox back together with the nuts not being permanently mounted to the gearbox or built into the gearbox. However, the nice end of this is you really don't have to worry about stripping out holes, because if you strip it out, you can always replace the nut or you can replace the screw. So it is a good design on one end, and on the other it's not. This so far does have metal bushings, look like stainless steel. I'm going to go ahead and open it up a little bit more. Alright guys, we got the gearbox shell opened. I can tell you the gears have zero lube on them. The piston rails are lubed. It's same type switch and trigger block and trigger mechanism that the Ares has. It has a motor that looks just like the Ares motor. This is one side of the gearbox shell. The other side that has nothing left in it. It weighs a big tenth of a pound. It is very, very lightweight. It is nicely machined. And we're going to go ahead and pull the piston out here. Piston appears to be standard Chinese style JG piston. The gears do not have any markings on them. They do not look like the Ares gears to me. A little bit different as far as quality goes. I'm not saying one's better than the other. I'm going to go ahead and pull it apart a little further, pull out the gears and pull out the cylinder and cylinder head and check how the compression is and check how the shimming is. Be back in a minute. Got the gears out, and as you can see, the sector gear is stamped S&T. So obviously they got the gears stamped with their initials in there. The cylinder head is probably so far the first thing I would change out on this. It just is a tad looser than I like on the cylinder itself. So checking for compression, compression is actually pretty good, although the cylinder head cannot handle the compression. So it starts to blow past the O-ring on the cylinder head just because it's so loose. Otherwise, honestly, I think this gun is probably a good buy. I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit more looking around on this thing and see what I think about it. Be back in a minute. Alright guys, this is the stock piston on the scale. It's coming in at 24 grams. That's the stock China piston and piston head. Now we're going to put an aftermarket piston such as the Matrix or SHS full steel tooth piston with an aluminum ball bearing piston head on it, and we're going to come up to 28 grams. Really not, or 27, 28, it's teetering right there. So it's really not much of a difference, and I would much rather see a combo like this in, or even throw a polycarbonate piston head on there, and you'll probably be about the same weight as the stock piston, but with the nice reinforced steel teeth. I'm going to check fitment on the aftermarket piston because the Ares gearbox, that's one of the problems, is that it does not accommodate an aftermarket piston without modifications to either one, the piston, or two, the gearbox. You either have to shave the piston down a little bit in the back end, or you have to mill the gearbox. Here at AirDog, we mill the gearbox, and the reason why we do that is so aftermarket pistons will go in there if you ever have to change out the piston without having to have somebody modify the piston for you, or you do the modifications yourself. Looking at the gearbox, I do see here in the back end of the S&T that it has the same spot that needs to be milled out on the Ares in the S&T. However, on the second end of the gearbox, it does not have that piece. So we shall see what the result is if the aftermarket piston fits or does not fit. Alright, as you can see here, the piston is not going all the way back. It is hitting that spot, so you will have a problem putting in an aftermarket piston. You'll either have to mill the gearbox or mill the piston out some. You'll see that's probably going to slide fine over here on this other half because it's already been modified. Yeah, it's fine over there. So guarantee there's going to have to be some work done to either one, the piston's back half, or two, the gearbox back here. It's basically this block that's right here. This piece. That's the problem piece. Guys, we have the S&T Tavor put back together. We're going to do some chronoing. Alright guys, this is the S&T Tar-21. Weighs 4.21 pounds. We're going to get the Ares and see what the Ares weighs. And the Ares is 7 pounds. Quickly, you'll see here what I was talking about. The body seam is much nicer on the Ares compared to the S&T. Down here, you'll see it's just molded together much nicer. But again, you're comparing a $500 gun to a $180 gun. Okay guys, that wraps up the review for the S&T Tavor. That was the Explorer version of the S&T. The gun retails for $180. We currently have the black, dark earth, and OD green in stock. You can purchase these on our website, airdogairsoft.com, and then click on products, and of course they're under the AEGs as you see here. Also, do not forget to check out our new AirDog Elite t-shirts. As you can see there, basically what it looks like. They come in black and OD green. This is the back of the shirt, and that'll be on the front of the shirt. You can also find these on our website under AirDog Elite Apparel. Thank you guys.